Chimpanzees. What do you know about them? Well, they're one of the closest animals to human, both in terms of physical structure and mental capabilities, and make note of that, because one of the most prominent traits of the human race, war, is also present in chimpanzees. That's right, from January 1974 to June 1978, a war between two different parties of chimpanzees waged in the Gombe National Park, Tanzania. Just as a reference, that's longer than World War I. Apart from being what I'd consider some form of breakthrough in research of chimpanzees, it's also the only real recorded case of chimpanzees going to war. These animals displayed territorialism, premeditated murder, and even kidnapping. This was the Gombe Chimpanzee War. The conflict began with a group of chimpanzees called the Kasakela, which consisted of 29 adult chimpanzees living in the national park. One day, 9 of these chimpanzees, 6 adult males and 3 adult females, split off from the main group and became the Kahama chimpanzees. It's important to note that the chimpanzees were territorial. Researcher Jane Goodall, who observed and documented this war, noted that they would get very territorial while feeding. Little did she know that these animals were about to wage full-on guerrilla warfare. On January 7th, 1974, the war began as a group of 6 adult males from the Kasakela party killed Goody, a Kahama chimp. After killing Goody, the successful militia reportedly celebrated boisterously, throwing and dragging branches with hoots and screams. They'd go on to kill 4 more males of the Kahama party: Dee, Hugh, Charlie, and Goliath. Goliath was reportedly relatively docile and never really did anything to incite conflict, but, you know, war's got a war. Eventually, there were only 2 remaining Kahama chimps, Sniff and Willy Wally. Willy Wally just sort of ran away, sort of ironic for a chimpanzee with polio, leaving Sniff as the only member of the Kahama party. He was eventually killed by the Kasakela group too, making the male death count 6. The women of the Kahama were an entirely different story. The Kasakela reportedly killed one of them and kidnapped and beat 3 others. After all of the Kahama chimpanzees had been killed, the war was decidedly over with a Kasakela victory. During the war, various atrocities occurred. Apart from the kidnapping and beating of 3 female chimpanzees, one female supposedly cannibalized an infant chimp at some point. How fun. I hope you enjoyed this educational dive into the Gombe War, the most interesting and only real chimpanzee war to ever truly be recorded. Just for the record, chimpanzees have been found to wage small warlike conflicts, but this was accepted as fact far after this war was first reported. Goodbye.